Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of An Apple a Day. Today, Dr. Fluff and I are going to be trying out the Honeycrisp apple. The Honeycrisp apple was originally developed in the 1960s in Minnesota, with the first one coming to the grocery store in 1997. It is now the official state fruit of Minnesota. So here's a close-up of the apple. You can see it's a nice, beautiful red color with these kind of red, green, and yellow stripes running through the apple. So the Honeycrisp apple is considered by many to be the best tasting raw apple ever made. It's got a sweet tart flavor, notes of berry, great texture, lots of juiciness, and a large plant cell size. So let's take our first bite and see how it tastes. This one's so big I couldn't really get a good first bite on it. But now we've taken our first bite. Let's go inside, cut it up. I'll give some to Dr. Fluff, and we'll tell you what we think. All right, so we're back with our cut up Honeycrisp apple. This is one of Dr. Fluff's favorite apples. He goes crazy for it. Let's talk about how it tastes. It is a fantastic mix of sweet and tart. It's both, just intertwined throughout the entire tasting experience. The finish is really interesting as far as flavor. I believe that a great Honeycrisp apple should really finish like a Prosecco or Moscato. It should be really similar to that kind of dessert wine finish. Texture is, of course, amazing. That's what the Honeycrisp is kind of known for, is this really crispy, crunchy, juicy texture. It's great. I thought for our little extra piece today that I would tell you about how I pick out a Honeycrisp apple. So we'll go back to the close-up of the apple, and you can see this apple has a bunch of fine dimples throughout the entire apple. I think that that is a really good indicator of a ripe and fresh Honeycrisp apple. Also, you can't really see it, but you should know that this apple, the skin feels tight, very, very tight and very thin. I think, again, that's something you're going to be looking for in your Honeycrisp apple. So when you're picking them out, try that out, and let me know what you think about that method of picking out a really good Honeycrisp apple. So would I buy this apple again? I think I would. I've probably had 1,000 of these, and I got to say I never really get tired of them. One thing I will tell you that really surprised me with this apple is that with all these new ones that I'm trying, I've got to say there are some features of these other apples that we've tried previously, not being the Honeycrisp apple, that I actually prefer to the Honeycrisp apple now. The Honeycrisp apple is amazing, but I really think you should get out there and try some new ones. I think it might always be Dr. Fluff's favorite, though. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and have a good one. We'll see you next time.